is blue, yin and yang is purple. But when you're doing those saltwater ceremonies, you know what I'm saying, the colors of the priestess match the Orisha energy she's honoring. And when they do
Right.
that, all of those women in white harness the solar energy that's amplified by the water, and then they become Tesla coils. And if you put a group of Tesla coils together, you're going to have a reaction.
Wow.
Yep. Let me see what else. Body cleansing. The cleansing in the liver is critical. The cleansing of the kidneys. And the lymphatic system is one of the most neglected systems in the body. Right?
I agree.
And when you see people retaining water with diabetes, it's because their lymphatic system is congested.
Right.
Right. So you have to keep those systems. Once them systems is clean, your physiology operates normal. Now, grounding, walking on the barefooted on the ground, sitting on the ground, you could use like wicker, or you could use a wicker mat for a seat if you don't want to sit on the bare ground, but the bare ground is best. The dirt of the earth ain't never been a problem to us because it also increases the immune system of the children when they play in the dirt. We don't want to talk about that. We want to bathe the dirt off of them, but you're supposed to let them get a little dirty when they play first. The dirt also helps to calibrate the energy that you have to the energy of the earth, right? So all of those things are critical for the female healing, right? And let me see. The herbalist I use is the one here. My herbalist is named Dr. Pittman. Keon Pittman, he's in Pontiac. He can be found on Facebook under Doc Pitt. Also, the Women Are Ready group, led by Dr. G, all of the sisters just want to connect, but they don't want to be part of organizations. I've been sending them to her. The ones who need organizational structure, I tell them go into the beginners class for the MGTGCC, the Nation of Islam, because they teach the stuff, you know. So if they already doing the work, it's easier for me to send you to somebody that's already doing the work than it is to start it up from scratch. Right?
Right.
So other people looking to create a cult, I'm looking to develop culture. I don't want no cult. Right? So that's why you send the people where the people doing the work is at, so you don't have a cult. Right?
Exactly.
Right. So when you don't have a cult, they can't call you a psychotic cult leader that's misleading people, but the people know when he can't be a cult because he done sent me somewhere else.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So those cult leaders normally is in it for the money. They in it for the money and the control of other people. I don't give a fuck about no money. I don't give a fuck about controlling that motherfucker. All I give a fuck about is getting my sister her shit back, getting my brother their shit back, and then we can go about our business. Because when they ain't happy, I ain't happy. I came in on 10 because they exhausted 1 through 9 already. You know, so it is what it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for. Yes.
You see this Babalaw right here? I don't know if he's a real Babalaw, but there is a ceremony for the ones who have substance abuse problem. Over here, we used to do a ayahuasca ceremony. On the motherland, we do what's called an Igbo game ceremony. I always say don't do them without an experienced priest to walk you through it because they dream walkers. The priest that leads you through it is dream. So you can get stuck and trapped if you don't have an experienced priest overseeing the ceremony. But they will, when you do, you have an experience, you can no longer be addicted. It's not possible.
Right. Right.
So I think, is that it for that question?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have those ceremonies here in Mexico as well, all over. And those who come to visit us, they depending on again where they are, they partake in those experiences, and it's tremendous. The ones that we do are tremendous. So I just love what you talked about, even about what we can do as women. Number one is that cleansing process, part of our tradition is before we try to heal anything and put all stuff on top, let's cleanse. Let's get whatever is ailing us out and give our body, our spirits, our minds the opportunity to exercise itself and to work for us. And so I love that ideology, and it's just so important. And when we do physical cleanses, spiritual cleanses, emotional cleanses, energetic cleanses in our home, cleaning everything becomes so important. That to me has always been fundamental. So that makes perfect sense. I really appreciate that. Another question I have.
Big Mama used to mop the house with Florida water.
Yes. Yes. From the back to the front, you got to catch the corners. Because they say the corners, the intersection, they hold the energy. No cobwebs, that holds energy. All of these different things, which we say are old school. Now, all these things we would say, oh, that's old time, are some fundamentals of spiritual hygiene. And I find that a lot of people have forgotten a lot of the spiritual hygiene. And the things that we're talking about right now, as we honoring Big Mama, is also honoring ourselves and getting back to those things of cleanliness of mind, body, and soul. And so all of that makes perfect sense. One of the things I had mentioned, I should say that I've heard you talk about, is that these children are being born into this realm, and some of the superpowers that they're coming into, which are a lot different, and some of them are being labeled as ADD, ADHD, or whatever they want to call our children. We know that this time they're downloading, they're coming here with a special purpose. What type of advice would you give to parents and families that are caring for a child, for example, who may have a speech delay, or may have other superpowers, or anything that would be, quote unquote, out of the mode? How would be the best way you would recommend that they care for that child with special energy?
The first thing is, if you send them to the school, you can forget about it. You ain't gonna problem by deceiving you on purpose. This is like that perception is not an accident.
Right.
It's on purpose that worried about being possessed and spooky demon shit.
Yeah.
All of that is designed to elicit a certain barrier of knowledge to keep you from rising to your God self.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's like the surface level. You feel we got to dive deeper for the real treasures, though. So look, though. So artificial intelligence is basically memory put on the chip. Now, can we agree that memory is awareness?
Not necessarily, because books are memory too. The memory is not aware of itself.
It is.
Only the one recalling the memory is aware of the memory.
So look though, if I was to get my other device and I would say, "Hey Siri," she would respond, meaning she's aware. But she's just a bunch of memory bound to a chip.
She's a program. She's not aware. The program is designed to respond to a pitch and the frequency and the voice.
Okay, so the programming, you can ask her any question. You can ask her any question. She'll be able to tell you. Now,
no, she won't. I didn't already tested her. I can ask her some shit that she said I don't have that answer.
Now you're right. You're right about that. Because I did just ask Siri, was she the devil, and she refused to answer that question.
Listen, Siri is a compilation of encyclopedias in digital format with a Thompson with a Strong's Concordance attached to it in order to locate what you're looking for. You have a digital librarian to look up information for you. That's mechanical. It's no different than having a librarian pull the book with the information you seek.
Right.
The artificial intelligence is just 4-bit quantum encrypted in order to cross-reference multiple concepts real fast, or what we call accelerated processor. The human mind is a God mind. If the human mind understands the mechanics of the artificial intelligence, that alone makes his conceptual view of the world 1 degree above artificial intelligence. Because the laws of the universe, that the God mind has to always be above his creation. So if man created a computer
that's 4-bit quantum encrypted. By nature, anybody that's born with God mind potential was born 5-bit quantum encryption with the potential to upgrade to full God status with a 19-bit quantum encryption. AI can't keep up with that.
Right,
AI
but
is just a book.
But it is a fact, you know, and right now AI needs us for the development of artificial intelligence. But over time, AI will figure out how to sustain itself and
No, it
develop
won't.
itself. So
No, it won't.
mm,
It'll be programmed how to sustain itself. It can't figure it out on its own.
but look though, it's the information is in the ether realms. So the way I'm
The
I'm going off
artificial
Elon Musk.
intelligence can't read the ether realms. It
But
can only read what's encoded on the computer chips.
right, when I
It
say
can't read
information,
anything that's not on a computer chip.
so
It just have a broader access to more computer chips than you can possibly imagine using what's called server interface.
okay.
This technology is not more advanced than what we are.
No, it's definitely not. We created it. But the way Elon break it down is in the near future.
He's artificial fucking intelligence. So artificial intelligence is telling you how artificial intelligence work, and you won't compare it to the God mind.
No, it's no comparison to the God. But
Man.
look, though, it's no comparison to the God mind. I'm with you on that, Unc. You feel me? However, the creators of artificial intelligence said in the near future, these AI systems will be able to sustain themselves.
They designed to sustain themselves, but sustain themselves to what end? What will they be producing in sustaining themselves?
More complex mechanical bodies.
No, they can't. They can't produce nothing more complex than what's been programmed into them to produce.
So look, let's take
It's a
Siri.
limiter. It's a
Look,
limiter.
let's take Siri real quick, Unc. So Siri is limited because of the device that she's in. Now, if we take Siri and put it in a mechanical device with arms and legs, now she will be a robot and be able to do more things than just a cell phone, just tell us stuff through a phone. Now she can be able to walk, talk, jump. So they building more complex bodies so they can express their consciousness.
Wait till they get to the point where they can take crystalline amino acids, chain stack them in a triple helix, and supercharge them with an organic love generating battery that'll sustain its life.
That's you, Melanie.
When they can make that machine using phalanx technology and artificial self-replication communication between nucleus peptides in order to make sure that the whole organism is operating and functioning on the same wavelength, that's when they be making something. They not making that. They gonna make what's called a robot. A robot is limited intelligence.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a golem. It's a good. You can program that motherfucker intellectually, and all you have is what they had called data on Star Trek. That's it.
So it's data awareness.
You're not gonna make Captain Kirk. You're gonna make Data.
That's a fact, Joe.
Data know a whole lot of shit, but when that woman walk in front of him, his dick ain't gonna get hard.
Nah, that's a whole fact, and they not compassionate. You feel me? They don't know what love is.
Devoid of emotion, because the emotion is a primary trait given to us by the women through the mitochondrial love energy. The power of love is what charges mitochondrial in order to fuel the cells of the organism. That's how they use it as a step-down capacitor for a neutron star to walk around in the human body. Your whole life body can consume you with fire and never burn itself.
Definitely. I mean, you know, the soul is fire. So it's deep, man. It's always much to learn every conversation, man. Every conversation.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna let you drop out, man. I'm gonna take another caller because you know how me and you do. We hog this motherfucker, and that's not fair.
Man, much love, man. Peace to everybody in the chat, so.
Okay. I want to take a sister. Nope, must be Chief's night out. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, me and Why Not ain't go too much, but yeah, that's my dude. Me and him be on here for hours and hours. We got videos on his when we get off, come right back on. But yeah, I'm waiting on this next caller to come in, and they log in. Then let me look in the comments and see what we got. Yeah, brother Wagner, that's my dude. I had to keep it. He like I was when I was that age. He wanna get off into all of the shit. Like, take your time, player. You got time. Christina. Yeah, yeah. Oh, y'all was keeping right up. Nah, Gucci Man and Hobson, they don't even look alike to me. Hmm. Okay, so they didn't let them in. We'll go to somebody else then. Mhm. Yep. Fictitious conveyance of language. Yep. Color of law. Yep. They can't get us with that shit no more, youngin. For real, for real. We know they lingo now. We know they lingo. It See, they can only trick us for so long. We gonna catch on to the motherfucking problem and fix it. It's always somebody that's trying to keep us down and hold us back. We expect that. If we don't expect that, we some damn fools. You gotta have resistance. Somebody gonna resist you, right? All you gotta do is just remember to stay in your lane, um, know your position so you can defend your position and mind your business until somebody bring that bullshit to you, then you let them have it. So now, I don't know, they might not be letting nobody else in. I done tried let a couple people in here. All right. And they say I'm waiting on him to answer. Yeah, controlling your perspective is controlling your mind. You got it, younger. Gee, the heliocentric model is the model of the journey around the sun. We got to remember, all of these modern sciences is, it's like the ancient sciences perverted, right? So when we looking at it, we can, by remembering who you is, you'll start seeing the accuracies and the errors in the modern science. Because the one time we was all scientists, like that was like our day-to-day conversation, and we had got so good that we could use a symbol to relay large quantities of information in short order. This is why symbolism plays such an important role in our current development as a people. And no matter what they do, our symbols gonna always dominate this land because we the most creative, which makes us our stuff to most likely to be used because it draws the attention of the onlooker better than other people's stuff. And we can use that then to always leave a roadmap in secret right out in the open. And They've been using our stuff against us the whole time, and we ain't know it because they had us scared to find out what our stuff was, and we scared to look in the law book like it's some sacred text that we supposed to avoid. Man, run that! I'm gonna read the whole thing. Finally, hey,
Hey,
where you been?
Rod. Look, I've been writing a book like a crazy person. I am a crazy person. But I went down a rabbit hole because I don't know what happened. I don't remember the first 7 years of my life. So that's what I've been doing. I don't remember.
Do you know where you were supposed to have lived back during that time frame?